I flopped backwards on my bed and noticed some long black hairs on my pillowcase. "Dom, keep your hairy butt off my bed," I shouted mentally. A silent chuckle drifted through my mind, and I rolled my eyes. "Marking my territory," he rumbled, and I growled. "Say that to my face," I challenged him, smirking when there was no reply. "That's what I thought," I added in satisfaction. The sound of my window opening caught my attention in time to see a massive figure slip through it with an ease that suggested he'd done it more than a few times. I jumped up from the bed, but there was nowhere to run, even if I was stupid enough to attempt it. "Dom," I said warningly, holding out my hand. He arched one perfectly black eyebrow, waiting. "My dad is in the office." He shook his head, unconcerned. "I can only stay for a minute." His broad shoulders were bare, only a loose pair of workout shorts keeping him decent. He stepped closer, and I backed up, bumping into the bed as he continued to stroll closer. There was no escaping him, and I couldn't stop my shiver as he caged me in. "I'm here to mark my territory, you might say," he growled low, his sheer size keeping me in place. He was enormous, and there was no escaping him once he had you. He tossed me on the bed, and I bounced lightly, my eyes widening as I realized his intent. "No!" I cried, trying to wiggle away, but it was useless as his fingers ran along my sides. Giggles erupted from me as I squirmed, but he was merciless. "Who's the big bad wolf?" he taunted as I tried to grab his forearm and hold him off. My fingers couldn't wrap all the way around, and I couldn't budge his arm. "Uncle!" "Nope. Whose territory is this?" He continued to tickle me as I gasped, flopping like a fish. Who?" "Dom, it's your territory, you big bad wolf," I shouted. "Now let me go." He stopped tickling me, but his hands kept my arms firmly anchored against the bed as he leaned forward. A sharp nip along my jaw had me gasping as he pressed his lips against a particularly sensitive spot on my neck. His mark burned, and any attempt at struggling on my part ceased. "Mine," he growled again for good measure, shoving himself up in a smooth move as he crossed back to the window. The loose pants did nothing to hide his reaction, and I gave him a slow smile. "Mine," I repeated back to him as I sat up, feeling my hair spill across my shoulders. My ponytail must have loosened during our tussle, and I knew he didn't mind as he watched me gather it up. "Yours," he agreed, slipping back through the window and disappearing. A minute later, my door opened and Anna walked in. Her nose wrinkled and she looked at me. "Dom was here?" "You just missed him," I answered, pointing to the window. She saw my messy hair and the rumpled bedspread and grimaced. "Thank God for small favors," she muttered, and I grinned. I felt around for the ponytail holder as I yanked my hair back. "How's Caleb?" I asked bluntly, knowing that was why she wanted to come by. "Overwhelmed, sad, angry, pick an emotion." She collapsed on my desk chair, her own expression unhappy. "I don't know how to help him." She bit her lip. "I don't know if he wants my help." "I imagine Caleb doesn't know what he wants right now. He just lost his dad." I gave her a sympathetic glance. I would lose my mind if something happened to my dad, even now, after he just told me I'm going to live with my mom. She shot me a panicked glance. "You're leaving?" I snorted. "Hell no. Like me living with my mom would ever happen. I'd move in with Dom first." Anna's eyes widened comically as she glanced at the window and then the bed. "Have you two?" She wiggled her fingers and I shook my head. "No! Why does everyone assume that?" "Because it's the next step," Anna answered logically. "You're already partially mated, which is basically unheard of. You've pushed so many boundaries, what's one more?" "He's a teacher at our school?" "Coach," Anna said dismissively. "We're in the middle of a potential pack war?" "Okay, I could see why your dad might want to send you away." "What about your parents? And Gregory? What are they saying? With Caleb as alpha?" Anna rubbed her face, not answering as I sank into